I used to have so much anxiety. It was my natural state of being. It was partially unprocessed trauma. It was generalized anxiety disorder that I was diagnosed with in my teens, but I was too anxious to take any of the medication because I didn't think it would work for me, or I couldn't wait for it to work. Um, it was hell, but I didn't know of an alternative. Through the past few decades, I've been working so much with my own and countless clients' anxiety, it naturally became a specialism for me. I work very holistically with the body as well as with energy and as well as with talk therapy or coaching. But I was shocked last week with the solar eclipse. My anxiety, I was noticing it was very heightened that day. And also, I had a bit of an anxiety attack when snorkeling at the weekend. So we were swimming across the Shannon, finning. I was with my buddy, but we'd got in late because I'd forgotten to even shut the car. Um, I was so anxious about getting into my wetsuit and getting into all the gear. It's all very, very new to me. And so my buddy got out to shut the door because in my, I was basically like, it'll be fine. That's so not like me. But it was a sense of how ungrounded I was, even though I was in this very cold water in the Shannon. So we were swimming along. Everyone else was way ahead of us by this point, and I began to notice that when I was snorkeling, I was struggling to breathe, and when I was on my back without the snorkel, just taking in air through my nose and mouth, I was still struggling to catch my breath. Now, this was very, very familiar from when I was younger, when I was put on beta blockers at 22, but it's very alien now. I was able to be gentle with myself and to recognise that my body would much prefer that I spoke up then rather than potentially something bad's happening by swimming out further than I had any business swimming out in that moment. And we did we were in, I thought it was half an hour, but apparently it was closer to an hour. It was phenomenal. It was a stretch for me, and I know next time I will swim the whole width with much greater ease. I'm sharing this because there are so many things we can all do to support ourselves with anxious symptoms. And I wanted also to kind of own that it doesn't necessarily ever go away. We live in anxious times, we live in interesting times. There's so much uncertainty, there's so much going on at a personal level as well as a global level for so many people. So I want you to enjoy the resources on this site, work with whatever resonates. You can also check out my Substack at evemc.substack.com and let me know what you would like more of. I've got so many resources for different types of anxiety. There's the book as well, 365 Ways to Feel Better, Self-Care Ideas for Embodied Wellbeing. But I really want you to know you're not alone. Countless people experience it. You can feel better. You deserve to feel better. And I'd love to help you get there.